play these more carry-orientated picks, but is he willing in this draft to do it? Well,
there you go. Maybe you get an answer. And yeah, locked in. The ex-KC Blue top laner is going to pull out the Gwen in game 1. But Dragon stacking for Fnatic, a style of how they used to play their focus down here, takes Navi out of their comfort zone, which we talk about week after week, and puts Fnatic well and truly at the very least. And for what it's worth for Fnatic, at least it will be all 3 denied away from the Gwen. So Relech, good timing, does get 2 grubs in the end, and now over the wall going to contribute, and this early game continues to be a bit of a lull. And that's okay, you know? It's only game 1. It's an important game and series that will matter falling here at the 14-minute mark.
Yeah, you do remember that we cast the game for a while that held the record for the latest first blood ever in League of Legends history.
Oh, that was like 20-something minutes, wasn't it?
JDG at Top Esports.
Oh, yeah. It was like 25 minutes.
It was 32 minutes.
Oh, was it? I mean,
on the Nexus surge.
Oh, hang on. Maybe we're going to lose it now. Mate gets sent up. Maybe packing, but under turret. A bit of a whoopsie. Empross flashes away, and we hold on for a little bit. Now I don't care about the kill. I care about the latest first blood as Empross walks away from the snip. No, that's just down.
And making sure that they're picking up a lot, and this is why it's kind of on now, Razork and Fnatic, to find these plays. You've got the tools, you got the ult on the Ashe, you got this Cataclysm, and you still have flash down for Paris. So it may just be a dive up towards this top side, with Paris now shifting across to try and cover for that dive.
Mainta looks like he's on the edge of running away, stays for the wave. Razork's going to try again. Good poke with the Chaos Storm, maybe some blood, but again, Razork's like, I'm not staying for this. Chaos Storm does about half the HP, and Poby now teleports in. Relech and Sam D thinking about a dive. Onto Upset, Win becomes lightning. Crescent Guard, Upset about to die. The flash auto. 18 minutes 45. Wakes up the crowd.
The flash in gets it. Razork wants to respond though, Sam D.
Flag and drag, Arcane Shift buffers. He gets a Crescent Guard, and rather, the Cataclysm. Shut down. 1 for 1, finally. And some good cheese to add in the mix, Dagda. How do we get them?
Well, the secret sauce is going to be, well, maybe catching Razork here.
Maybe. Between worlds used on a Razork, the Enchantress Arrow is going to fly. Hits Poby, but he gets cleansed out of it. Meanwhile, the dive from Relech starts off. Wind becomes lightning, another audacious charge, and there's the wind again. True Shot Barrage, great damage. The burst from Poby flashes forward, and Fnatic is sent cooking. Away, Bloody gets with the needlework right in his face. Snipped to death. Mainta makes the dive easy, and Navi again on the board more and more. Needlework dodge away this time around as Empross wants to find a target. But going immune is Gwen's specialty, as Mainta dodges away, walks it out. Baron now on the cards. No Razork for 20 seconds, and just like that, Navi might move this to 4K.
An attempt at a pick goes wrong for Fnatic, and it's Navi who are now on the ejector. Poby's very low on mana for this play, though.
He is, but it still could be a trap over the wall. Tries to poke out. Baron still being questioned. Thought about Razork up in 5. Buying time. Game again, Fnatic have really struggled. And I think being fair, Dagda, like, Razork made a lot of attempts, but it just never linked up. It never synced up. And outside of the one play...
The area, they're going to just trade for Bloody getting positioning on this top tower. Again, trying to funnel resources into the Victor and the hopes for Navi. And with the amount of poke they have between the Ezreal and the Aurora, this becomes very scary.
Razork face checking here. He does get knocked up before the flag and drag, but the buffer works out. He'll take a blast cone to get out of there as giving the Inspire and takes Relech over the wall. Flag and drag's interrupted this time. Poke is there. Cataclysm flash out. Razork, I don't know why he waited so long for that, but Relech got to go for a ride for free while Poby burst down. 4.5K. This will be a brilliant addition of gold to Navi. The arrow's going to come in. It does stun up Mainta, but to no avail with the splash damage on the Baron. Purple Worm is down. And criminals. How well I think Navi have played in the mid game. We question them, like, can they really hold their ground and show stability? Obviously, it's a different opponent to yesterday, but so far, so good as between worlds onto Bloody. They're going to find the target. Found out again. Wind becomes lightning, doesn't connect from Relech. Storm Surge just tags him down from the sky. Bloody now at half HP. His Cataclysm in. Razork finds a knockup. It's nice. The Encore's a 2-man. The arrow on top. The CC from Fnatic finally makes sense. A Chaos Storm that grows only bigger. In the eye, he tries to send it towards Sam D as Navi send themselves forward. That's Sam D, Arcane shifting, and Bloody still gets chunked out. They're looking for a fight despite losing their jungler. But I have to say, for Fnatic, finally a breath of fresh air as Navi are stepping forward. That was Sam D into the fire. Dodging away from the beat drop is important. Samd's close to dying at a low health bar. Razork tries to cut him off. Fnatic want this play. They want the kills. They want control back in this game. As Paris doesn't get the tether, the flag is down, but there's no drag. Navi will Shutdown was massive, but as you pointed out so well on the replay, Dagda, Chain CC finally, they're going to do it again, dropping the beat and the encore all for one, but it will be worth one for all. It's on to Poby.
Navi, they turn towards mid, TP to bottom side. That's the Rabadon's death cap for Vladdy.
All right, that's a very strong victor. And Navi are in a precarious position for a game that felt like it should have been won with almost 6,000 gold in their name. True Shot Barrage going to do great damage, but again, they've got surround sound from Lospa. They can heal up, they can sustain, they can find picks with another arrow down. Rillette's caught out, and Navi are doing it again. We spoke too soon as their mid-game starts to crumble. Their dragon stacking starts to stop, and Navi pretty neutral outside of Empress's frontlining and taking a lot of damage. Samd kites back and they start hitting the dragon. Mainta has an angle, but he's found out by Fnatic with a good ward. Empress looking again to zone out 4K, 3K, all for the Flipper Soul. It goes down to Fnatic, down to Upset. But with the Crescent Guard, Fnatic are getting encroached. Razork, Cataclysm, Encore only a one-man. It's a messy fight, but I see Needlework flying and missing and whipping it. Vladdy died, he went to the front line, and he's dead with flash available. How does the Victor go down? As Upset gets the fire down the line. The squad's ready, the double's in hand. Empress cuts off the path of escape. A triple to Upset, and Navi thought they had the fight after taking down Vladdy, but then they got Upset.
Upset with a huge play, Nearly able to connect with the Ashe ult, but it doesn't matter. The flash in won the fight for Fnatic, and just like that, it's Baron for the black and orange.
Well, they'll take it with ease. No contest. A True Shot Barrage, maybe. We've seen claim this enough. That Victor dying, getting one shot, looks so good for Navi. But a good call out as in chat. Crystal Arrow flies and gets Poby mid-jump. That stun time is ages. He gets flicked up. Between Worlds will save his life, but Fnatic aren't done. Cataclysm down for no escape. Razork, no, he doesn't die. Needlework dodged. He gets tagged by a bit, but it's not enough. Now Vladdy steps forward to right the wrongs. The last fight is made to flush behind the turret, but Fnatic are on an onslaught. They've woken up in this game, and Navi is sent packing once more.
Fnatic have crested the hill. They are pushing in on towards the inhibitor turrets, and Navi are crumbling. There's so much healing and shielding and tankiness now in Fnatic, and Navi, I mean, look at Imperials. Rilette just can't get through them.
Not only did he stop the Infernal Soul, win the last fight, he lands an arrow from near mid lane that opens up the pick on Poby. This time the arrow is going to whiff, but the pressure continues on. He steps up, talking about Upset again with the Guardian Angel now instead of advancing the Bloodthirster, and with no fear starts working on this inhibitor turret.
Yeah, I mean, he has so much healing already from Lospa. The Echoes of Helia Diadem combo is so potent. And Fnatic know it. They don't care if they take poke, they will survive. As Lospa, though, may not.
He does get low, he flashes away, but again, there is one target I'm looking at. Upset. It's going to be ulted. The winning goes into GA, but he autos for his final moment. Flag on Mainta is golden again. Sending out the volley. Upset steps forward. Mainta can't deal with him at all. Empress has kept that back line all the way back in line. Fnatic now run forward once again. Upset at full HP. Baron doing the work. Navi have got all but 2 left remaining. Sandy, Paris might not get hit by an arrow, but Upset, he just can't be stopped. He can't be reached. He can't be poked. And here it goes again. Fnatic using the Baron buff. The autos reign true. Dagda said it himself. All he needs is a few. And Upset land them with ease. Fnatic whip Navi back into shape, or rather out of, to win